What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Kara here if you're new, thanks for tuning in. So today we will be getting into 21 or so products that I have tried out for 2021. So if you want to hear my thoughts on a range of products, from foundations to lip products to highlighters to cream blushes, if you want to know my thoughts on a couple of products that I've tried out this year, definitely continue watching. Alright, so what should we start on, a good note, a bad note? Let's start off good. So I think I talked about this product in my Sephora recommendations video, but it's none other than the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I have mine in the shade 410. Now, if you look at my face and you look at this product, you may not think that it matches, but it does, guys. Trust me, it does. And it also comes down here with a sponge that I have never used, but just in case you like to use those kind of sponge applicators, it does come with one. And it's also a mirror there at the bottom as well as at the top. So you have two mirrors here. But the star of the product is the powder, of course. So I absolutely love this powder. When I tell you that it's good for touch-ups, it's good for setting your makeup, any foundation that you have is good by itself. If I want to do like a powder foundation routine, it would be concealer, set that, and then go over it with the powder foundation. It works perfectly in all three of those ways, and it doesn't even look like a powder foundation, which is the best part of this. Like, once you go ahead and spray your face and everything settles down, it really looks like you have on a liquid foundation. And again, like I said, you can touch up throughout the day. It doesn't look cakey, and it's just so bomb. So this is a product that ever since I've been using it, I have been loving it, especially on days when I actually go physically to work. I have been going in with this and I have no complaints. I wouldn't say it's like transfer proof or anything like that. Of course, we're wearing masks, but even with me wearing the mask, and when I take it off, it doesn't look so noticeable that I feel like I'm missing so much. I can go back in with my powder brush and make everything look really good again. So no complaints on this foundation. Now, on the other hand, another powder foundation that I have tried this year is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation and a Powder. I picked mine up in the shade 365 Copper, which happens to be the same shade that I have in the liquid L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I love that liquid one, but this powder foundation just did not work out for me. Especially comparing it to the Fenty Beauty. Like, this one has so much more coverage than this one does. This one, like I said, it looks like a liquid foundation in the end, where this one actually looks powdery in my opinion. Like, I do have dry skin, so for the Fenty foundation to work out so well for me and then to try this one, I just really wasn't impressed with this one at all. Down here again, same thing, you have the applicator. So maybe, maybe if I did use the applicator, I would have a fuller coverage and maybe I would like it better. It could also be that I haven't given this product enough time of day. I think I've used it twice as of this point. The first time I liked it, it was okay, and then the second time I just felt like it really didn't give me any kind of coverage at all. So I just really haven't reached for this product as of lately, just because of that. The two experiences that I had with it, that I had wearing that powder, I just wasn't like, super impressed with it. Another foundation situation here, we have the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I believe I picked this up towards the end of last year, but I started trying it this year. So this one is in the shade Deep 2 New Caledonia. Now, with this being a frosted body, you can't really see what the shade looks like, but I do have a video on my channel of me using this, so definitely be sure to check out my Case Waves reviews playlist and all that, because then you get to see demos and me trying things out. A lot of this stuff that I'm actually going to be talking about, you'll definitely see in videos that I featured on my channel this year. So if you're new here, feel free to binge watch, check out those videos, because then, it'll give you a little bit more context about what we're talking about today. Now, I was so hyped up to try out this Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. Everybody loved it. They're saying it's the best. It was in people's 2020 yearly favorites. And when I was in Sephora, I was there. I was like, this will be a good color for me, so I went ahead and picked it up. Now, it is a decent foundation. The only thing is, I think this will work out better for me come these warmer months now, because when I was trying it, it was the winter time. My skin was already dry, and then putting this matte foundation on top of it really wasn't helping the situation. So that could be why I feel like this wasn't the best foundation for me. I did go ahead and then I started mixing it with one of my favorite from Nars, which is the Luminous All Day Wear, however you say that, the Luminous one, the Luminous foundation that they have. That's one of my favorites. I actually always usually get along with Nars foundations, but it looks good. But then I find like if I wear this maybe like 2 days in a row or something, like my skin will start to show texture that I don't normally have. So I just feel like it like dries out my skin with this foundation. So this could be good for you oily people. And like I said, I'll definitely readdress this come, you know, when it's really consistently warm and in the summer months and things like that. But right now it's not necessarily my favorite foundation. And then if you saw, well, I can't say if you saw it because those views are kind of low. So guys, if you haven't, a couple of videos back I did put up a full face of black owned makeup brands, and I did feature this product, which is the Range Beauty True Intentions Hydrating Foundation. And I like this, guys. They are a black owned brand. They actually just recently started selling in Target. I had picked mine up from the website directly, but I do like it. Now the only thing about this is like it's so difficult to pick your shade. I do have on one of my memory cards, I have some swatches of them, and I need to get those swatches for you guys so you can see like different shades. I have 5 different shades. I have one full size, and I had picked up 4 samples just to, you know, try to help you guys out like with the shade matching. And even with those swatches, I don't feel like I found a shade that was like 100% my shade. So that's the only thing. Now with them being in Target, maybe I can go in and actually look at the shades in person and see if I can get a better shade. But the one that I ended up going with and the one that I applied in that video was Heat Wave. And it was a decent shade match, but more than the shade match, I really do like the way that it applied to my skin. It looked really nice and hydrating. It didn't look like it was too dewy or anything like that. It wasn't too, I never like a foundation that looks wet, like it never dries down. This didn't give me that. It just gave me like a nice plump hydrated look, and I have no complaints about this. I did only use it that one time, so I just figured I'd mention it here. But like comparing this to something that I've worn so many times, and then this I only wore one time, I do know that so far so good on that one. I do have one more face like foundation kind of situation, but we'll get back. Oh, I actually have more than one. I'll get back to that category in a minute. I feel like I discussed foundations. As you can see, my priorities have been with testing makeup. But let's go ahead and go to some mascaras. I have 4 mascaras here that I want to talk to you guys about. I think you heard me tell you guys I have been loving the Mcgrath Labs Dark Star Mascara. This has been like my go-to. It's actually what I have on my eyelashes today, in conjunction with the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. When I tell y'all this has been my combination, this Essence Lash Primer, like $4, and you can't beat that. Go to Ulta, get you this lash primer, and then you can use it with like any mascara that you want. And trust me, it's just gonna make your lashes pop. It's gonna add that volume, and it's gonna let you see every single lash, and it just lets you apply it really nicely. Now when I first tried this on my channel, I may have made like a notation in the video saying that this may have irritated my eyes. I don't think it was this per se. I just think it was just like a bad allergy day. I'm actually having another one of those today, but that's neither here nor there. But this is a really good lash primer. Mcgrath, I have no complaints when it comes to that. Mascara, it's really dark. It is actually really lengthening, and then like I said, with the lash booster giving me volume, it's just a perfect combination. I have a mascara from the drugstore. This is the Covergirl Exhibitionist. Now I had this in my collection for quite a bit of time, and when I did one of my videos like testing new makeup from Ulta or something like that, I went ahead and busted out because it was like a new mascara to me. It was in my collection and I hadn't tried it out, but ever since I tried it, guys, I have been using it and really enjoying it. Like, it is a fatter wand. It kind of has like that hourglass shape there, and it reminds me of like the Better Than Sex. It's really dark, and when you can find a good drugstore mascara, you gotta let everybody know, and this is definitely one of them. One that didn't tickle my fancy so much is from e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is the Lash It Out Loud Volumizing Mascara. Now today I did go on top of my lashes with this mascara just to add a little bit more volume if I could have. Now this one is one of those wands where it's like rubbery and it has those spikes to it, so it freaking hurts my eyes. Like, that's one thing about this mascara that I don't like. I hate mascara wands that actually hurt your eyes. If you go too close, then you know, you start to feel like you're pricking yourself. So that's what I don't like about this mascara. It's not like a total lost cause when it comes to this mascara. I mean, if you can handle the prickly wand, and you know, it is pretty decently black, and it does a good job like separating your lashes. I wouldn't say it's like the most lengthening or like the most volumizing. It does a decent job. Would I purchase it again? Not necessarily, but I was happy to try it at the time. Now, drugstore has been hitting, guys. I have two products here from NYX that I have been loving, and the first one, well, neither one of these should come to no surprise to you. This is the NYX Brow Glue. I have been using this like nobody's business. I actually had to pull it out of my travel bag because I am getting ready to take a road trip with the kids and babe to PA. So I was starting to pack my bag, and I knew I had to do this video, so I wanted to go ahead and pull it out. But this has been big. It's either this or another product that I'm going to talk to you guys about in a minute, which I actually changed my mind about. But this, from the first time I used it up until this day, absolutely love this. The wand is just so nice and precise, and as you can see, like when you pull it out, it has that texture where it looks like an actual glue. It dries down clear, so you don't see anything in your eyes, and it does a really good job at keeping your brows tame. So that's what it's supposed to do. Another drugstore product where I find like this was, I don't remember the price of this product, definitely well worth the money. And then another product that guys, I'm not on TikTok, so I didn't know that these products were going viral on TikTok. But when I came across this display in Ulta, I just knew it had to be a hot item because everything was gone. Like all the colors was gone. So I was able to pick up this shade, and this has been like one of my go-to shades. When I tell you this thing is everything, this is called the NYX Shine Loud Never Basic Gloss. Again, every time I see these things, I sit there and I try to look for a name. It only says SLHP19, if you can see the number there. One side you have your lip lacquer with your color, and then the other side you have this clear gloss. And when you put this clear gloss on, it locks that color in. It gives you this beautiful shine. If you ever, what I do is the color never goes away, but I always feel like I end up using more of the gloss side because I'm trying to bring in that hydration through my lips, especially with wearing masks and stuff. The gloss will get stuck to the mask. The color won't though. That's the cool thing about this. Like the color is like transfer proof. When I say transfer proof, this stuff is the business. So highly recommend these. I wonder if they're still sold out. I don't even know if like the hype is still up there as far as TikTok, but I personally tried it for myself and I absolutely love this product. My homegirl down in North Carolina, she went and picked her up some, and she was a believer with one wear. She went and got her a couple of other colors just because, you know, these are bomb. These are just so bomb. More bomb products, like, do I even have to mention these? These are the Fenty Cream Gloss Bombs. I have Honey Waffles, and I also have Cookie Jar. I have one more shade, which is probably in one of my bags or something like that. Can't remember I have the regular one, the Fenty Glow. So, I don't know if you can see the usage of these bad boys. Like this one is like down to here. We're getting there. We're using our products, guys. So especially when it comes to glosses and balms and stuff like that, that's what I've been reaching for these days. So I've definitely been reaching for those and enjoying those. Yeah. Since we're talking about Fenty, let's go ahead and talk about the Fenty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. This is like one of her newer products on the market, and I have been testing it out for quite a bit of weeks now. At this point, it's probably like 2 or 3 weeks at this point, because I did pick it up from the store the first day it came out. I picked mine up in the shade 20, and I've been applying it with a sponge. I don't like to apply my foundation with my fingers, so I personally have just been applying a little bit to the sponge, blend it all the way out. Looks so good. And then when I top it with this though, perfect combination. I just think this is gonna be like my go-to for the summer. Nice and lightweight. Really light coverage. It's a skin tint, so it's not meant to be a foundation or anything like that. I think it just brings a nice even tone to your skin. The one thing about this is I feel a different way every time I wear it. Like I've worn this with different setting powders, and sometimes like I see like little patches and stuff, but then that's me. I chalk it up to me needing to like shave that peach fuzz off my face. So I don't know if it's that's affecting it, and I still didn't get around to shaving. But I don't know if that's what's affecting my judgment, but I just feel like every time that I wear it, I feel a different way about it. But most of those times, I really do like it, so that's why I've been continuing to wear it. And it's like $29. You get 1.08 fluid ounces, so a little over the average foundation. What the average foundation would be like a 1 fluid ounce, you get 1.08 with this. It's only $29, and it's not hard for the shade to match you, being that it doesn't have to be like so dead on. I love the fact that it just blends in so seamlessly, very lightweight on the skin, light, decent coverage, and I honestly don't necessarily every day want to put on as much makeup as I did like today per se. So when I go in with this and the powder, some bronzer, mascara, that's a perfect go-to combination. That's what I've been doing for work, and it's been working perfectly. Since we went back to foundations in some kind of way, let's talk about this. This is the e.l.f. Camel CC Cream, color correcting, full coverage, natural finish, broad spectrum, SPF 30 sunscreen, and this is the e.l.f. CC Cream. So I have mine in the shade Deep 540N. Now with this one, even though this is a CC cream, just like I was saying with the skin tint, how you don't have to have this be like a perfect match in order to blend seamlessly into your skin. This one, there's just something that's like a little bit off with this shade. I don't know, this is really comfortable on the skin as well, but it's a little heavier. Like this reminds me more of a texture of a foundation. I'm gonna pump a little bit out for you. Like, look how it's kind of like thick, you know what I mean? It's not moving or running down. And then it also has like that olivey undertone. It doesn't match my skin tone. It's supposed to be 540 and it's supposed to be neutral, but to me it gives me like a grayish olive undertone to it. Like, that doesn't look so great. Now with that being said, the shade match, you can clearly see how the shade can be a little bit off wearing this, and for that reason, like, this is on the lower worst of part of my products that I've tried in 2021, only because of that. I like the way it feels, I like the way it looks when I first apply it, and you know, once you do your magic and you blend everything out and you put your concealer and your bronzer and everything, it looks decent. But to me, like, I just know that there's a little something off when it comes to this color. So for that reason, it could fall into my worst part, because I feel like there's only one shade after this, if I'm not mistaken, and that one is way too dark for me. So if it's not this, it's like nothing. So for that reason, I just would love for e.l.f. to expand the shade range on this, because it's a really good product. It's just the shade match is a little bit off for me. Now on the other hand, with e.l.f. did release these putty blushes that I absolutely love. So the first one that I had was Caribbean, and it's kind of close to the color that I have here, but this is Caribbean, which is so pretty. If you want to see me apply it, check out the video where I was testing out new e.l.f. products, and you can see this on my face. A little bit goes a long way when it comes to this, like, and the color pigmentation is everything, like, so pretty. I love the dry down of this. I love how it's like more on the matte side, but not like dried down matte, like just like a, I don't want to say satin because there's like no sheen to it or anything, but it's just, I just love the finish of it. So I went ahead and I picked up the shade Maldives. So you have Caribbean and then you have Maldives, which is the deeper shade. Absolutely love these putty blushes. Again, they're buildable but easy to blend out. They dry down, they stay put, and I have no complaints with these e.l.f. putty blushes. So e.l.f. definitely did the damn thing with those blushes. I have another cream blush here that I have tried this year, and these are the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush, and this is in the shade Coral Crush. Now one thing I did love about this was the color. Like, I love a good coral blush and it's so pretty, but the only thing, I'm not necessarily a fan of this texture. Like, it's really balmy, and I don't know if you can see there, like, it's like almost like wet looking compared to the swatches there with the e.l.f. ones. You can see, like, this one is just, you can see, like, this one is just like a little wet looking. And also on the cheek, when I went and applied this on the cheek, depending on how I applied it, I felt like it actually moved the makeup underneath, and I can start to see spots and see my skin underneath. And when it came to the cream blushes from e.l.f., I didn't have that problem. So you have to be really strategic about how you apply this, and it's just really emollient. And not that I don't like it, like I said, I love the color, and this is like going to be perfect for these upcoming spring and summer months. So I am going to continue to use it, but I am glad that I only got one. And these Milani's like more on the expensive side when it comes to drugstore makeup, so I would definitely recommend the e.l.f. blushes over the Milani ones. It is nice and emollient, especially if you have super dry skin. Maybe this will work out for you. I do have dry skin, but of course in the spring and summertime, girl, I start to get oily in this T-zone, and I don't know how that's gonna work out for people with oily skin with this blush. So I definitely recommend the e.l.f. ones. After blush, I love to highlight, and I'm a little ashamed to say that after I did the video on this product, I haven't picked it up since, and I actually loved this product in that video, but I feel like this is a very color specific. Like if I put on a specific theme on my eyes that is like leans towards gold or green, then I would bust out this highlighter. I haven't been into those colors as of lately. I don't know why, because I love green eyeshadow, but as you can see, I've been doing all the color lately. So anyway, the highlighter that I'm talking about is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Ice Out highlighter. Absolutely gorgeous. I freaking loved it. But this highlight gives such like a gold, green, goldish, almost like green, almost like you can see that swatch there. It almost has like that green undertone that I feel like is very specific for this highlighter. Like I'll only wear this highlighter when I'm wearing my green eyeshadow, and it's perfect for like the in tear duct or anything, something like that. But I just really haven't reached for it, but it's really pretty, and I am still happy to have it in my collection. Did I necessarily need it? No, I have tons of highlighters that I don't use already, but I don't know, it's just something that I personally haven't reached for. I don't want to sit here and say like it's one of my favorite products that I purchased for the year, because if it was, I would constantly reach for it. But a highlighter that I have been using non-stop, I mean like I have it on today, I've been using it non-stop, and it's the only highlighter that's got me out of always reaching for my Dior Backstage, whatever, the little highlighter quad. That was my go-to for like the last 3 months of the end of 2020. But come 2021, when I tried this Pat McGrath Divine Rose highlighter, y'all, OMG. Listen, this glow is, if you don't know, I live in Yonkers where DMX was, and you know, God bless the dead, R.I.P. to DMX, but I have been hearing these Rough Rider bites like nobody's business, okay? But back to this highlighter. Like, you see how it's pink, and you would think it gives you that pinkness. And I was a little disappointed when I actually no, let me not say that, because I wasn't disappointed. This freaking color is everything. There's nothing to be disappointed in. I just wanted this to be more of a rosy pink highlighter. Like I have a highlighter from ABH, I think it's called Peach Nectar, and I used to love that highlighter. So I thought this was going to give me that vibe. But when you actually put it on, you get this gold shift that I'm trying to pick up, and it's really not picking up on camera at all. But guys, this freaking highlighter is just everything. It's so smooth. It goes right into the skin. Like, it doesn't look like highlight is just like I have a streak of highlighter sitting there. It blends in so nicely. It's like blinding without being like shimmery. Oh my gosh, the texture of this is everything. So this highlighter, hands down, one of the best products that I have tried during 2021. It did release at the end of 2020. This was part of the Pat McGrath holiday collection of 2020. I'm so glad it didn't sell out by the time I got it, and I have been loving it for the whole 2020, and this glow will be taking me all throughout this year unless I just decide to get something else. But so far Anastasia didn't do it, and now I have two that I alternate from. So it's the Dior Quad and then this. Those are the only two highlighters that I have been reaching for, and I don't know how long at this point. An opinion that actually changed for the better from what I told you guys is the Anastasia Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax. When I tell y'all I have been reaching for this more often, and the thing that first of all, I was annoyed with this because like it's just a clear wax. It's basically what it is for your eyebrows. And I was so annoyed because I felt like I had to get a spoolie out every time, but my eyebrow products come with spoolies. So what I've been using is I take the littlest amount, the littlest amount of this wax right on the tip of the spoolie, and then I come in here into the cap and I spread it all throughout the spoolie. You only need the tiniest amount of product, and this is how I've been starting off my brows every time I do my brows these days. No matter what pencil I'm using, no matter what, I always go in with this Anastasia brow styling wax first, and I think it lays my hairs. It helps me to like mold my eyebrows in a way where I have them set in the direction that I want to fill them in, so it just takes out the guesswork and I don't have too much cleaning up to do. So this has been a go-to product. I told you guys the verdict was out when I did that original video, and ever since then it has truly grown on me. I can admit when I'm wrong. This is definitely a good product, and I feel like so little of it takes you such a long way that I'll have this product probably throughout the whole 2021. So when it comes to the brow gels, like these are both hitting for two different reasons. This one, it comes with the applicator, so that makes it just a little bit easier. I feel like I'm like almost just about done with this product, so I do feel that I will run out of this product way faster than I would with this product, where you get so much product and you only need so little. You don't need a lot of the brow glue in your eyes either, but again, it's just a little bit of product where I feel like you just go through it so fast. So this will end up in my empties towards, I can see like pretty soon actually, because I'm all the way down here when it comes to the product. So both of those products, two different price points, whichever one you want to go for, I don't think you can go wrong, honestly. I have one skincare product because I haven't really introduced too much new skincare into my regimen, I don't think, as of lately, but I have one. This is the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. It's translucent and luminous, and guys, when I tell you, it says it has peach extract and peptide complex. When I tell you, your skin looks like freaking porcelain and just shining and beaming, like, oh my goodness. I'm kind of scared to wear this in like the summer, because I don't know if how that's gonna translate, if it's gonna translate looking like I'm like, you know, a grease ball or something like that. So we'll see how that goes like come the hotter months, but so far so good these days. So it says it's glassy, transparent, poreless skin is achieved when skin is well hydrated and without inflammation and free radical damage. A revolutionary cocktail of peach extract, niacinamide, wild yam, madecoxide, peptides, and hyaluronic acid helps to hydrate, calm, brighten, and firm skin. Crystal clear glass skin is yours. Guys, I told y'all when I hold this, like Peach and Lily, I have it's a cleanser from them. I can't think of the name of the cleanser, but I have that and I use that, and every time I washed my face using that cleanser, I just felt like there was like a little extra shine to my skin. So I said, let me try this serum. And guys, the look of your skin when you use this, like I'm gonna show you. I put the tiniest drop because I don't want to waste any of it, but the look and appearance of your skin when you wear this serum, oh my gosh, it's just so luminous and beautiful. I don't know if that's like doing anything and showing y'all anything, but trust and believe, I'm very happy that I got this serum, and I'm happy that I introduced this into my regimen. I don't use it every day. Again, I don't want to walk around looking like a grease ball. That is not my stage that I'm going for. It says you can use it AM, you can use it PM. I personally prefer to use it at night. And then lastly, we have two palettes that I have tried so far this year, besides the one that I have on my eyes today. First time I'm wearing this, so that don't count. I actually tried more than these palettes. I tried out the Pat McGrath not Celestial Divinity, the Pat McGrath Labs. If you go and look at the freaking video that I told you guys, go watch the full face of black owned makeup. You'll see me playing with Pat McGrath Labs shadows, and being that was so recent, I didn't want to include that in this video, but trust and believe, I am loving those shadows. But I know y'all probably tired of me talking about this, as a matter of fact, because ever since I took this out the box, I have been raving about the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette. Like, this has been my boo thing. And it's hard for me to believe that I love this palette so much, because I haven't really loved I'm lying. The last Urban Decay palette that I loved was the one with like the postcards on the front. What's the name of it? I'm not digging into my drawers to show it, but if I remember it, I'll just put it here on the screen. That was the last palette that I loved. Absolutely. And I feel like that's the kind of colors that they gave me. Not the colors, but just the formula. I feel like Urban Decay has stepped up their formula so much more so than what they was releasing, like when they did the Urban Decay, when they did the Naked 2, the Naked 3. I stopped there. I never even got like the pink one or the orange one, the heat. I didn't even go into none of those because I was just so disappointed with what they was giving us. But this palette right here, I am so for it. Even the new updated brush, I haven't used it as of yet, but I can appreciate the acrylic aesthetic of it. Like these are just my colors, and I can definitely, I love the fact that you get cool tones, you get a little bit of warm tones, you get a pops of color, you get the neutrals. Like there's just everything that I need in this palette, and you guys already know I have been loving that palette. One that I did not like, and you can, if you've been here for a while, you may remember my experience with this. I had featured this in my Ulta, I think it was the Ulta try-on video that I did, but this is the Colourpop Boudoir Noir palette, and I was so excited to get it. I hadn't had anything from Colourpop in so long, and then all this palette did was remind me why I haven't bought from Colourpop for so long. You see the greens, those are my kind of colors. I had like the most difficult time, I think it was with that color Hot Toddy. Just, it would apply, it was really patchy when I applied it, and that's like the deepest shade there. So for me, as a person that likes to like deepen out the outer V and stuff like that, but if the deepest shade in the palette don't work, then what the hell are we here for? Then I tried to use Vibin to shade that. It was just like a little bit of a mess. I hate glitter shadows. There's a glitter in there. That one, Sleeping, wasn't so bad. Like, it's not a total fail. Like, when it comes to Colourpop, I just feel like you gotta work a little bit harder. I am not a person that want to work so hard when it comes to my eyeshadows. I'm over those days. I just want the colors to show up, blend out, and look freaking good, okay? That's all I need. And this just made me work too hard, and I wasn't feeling it. So, yeah. That is the conclusion of this video. That is about 21 or so products that I have tried for the year of 2021. Let me know if you have tried any of these products, if you're interested in trying these products, if you want to know more information about any of these products. Let's talk about it down in the comments below. If you're new here and you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to stick around and subscribe to the K Squad. Join the K Ways channel. We would love to have you. Until next time, beauties, I hope to catch each and every one of you on the next video.